Hi, my name is Rachit and I'm from New Delhi. I have an academic background in business and have worked in sales for almost 2 years. Right now, I'm in Naddi, which is a small rural village in the outskirts of Dharamshala, and I'm working with an NGO called EduCARE India. I'm interning here as a project manager for the solid waste management project, which comes under the SWASH program. Now, SWASH stands for Sanitation of Water, Air, and Soil for a Healthy Village. And the objective of my project is to transform the Naddi village into a zero waste village by converting the waste generated into resources that can be further repurposed or recycled and drive some sort of economic value. I'm at one of our resource recovery centers. Now, what is a resource recovery center? A resource recovery center is a platform where you can segregate and dispose of your resources based on the material composition and potential recyclability of the resource. And rest assured that these resources will be treated and taken care of in the most sustainable manner. So how does this system of resource recovery and disposal work? Now, once these containers are full with resources, the contents are transferred into bigger bags, which are then kept in our storage till the time it reaches a point where we have enough storage bags for a particular kind of resource. And when that point arrives, the bags are then transferred to various wholesale waste buyers, and sometimes they're also transferred directly to the recycling facility based on the resource type that is being transferred. So till now we've managed to establish 3 resource recovery centers across the village. This is the most recent one and it's still in the process of getting to a point where it's fully functional. Now the location of these centers is very strategically thought after, and for example, this center is established in collaboration with an alternative education institute, which again is an EduCARE India's initiative towards providing better quality and unconventional education and learning experiences to adolescents. Now, how does this collaboration work? So, this center, it not only helps the school to take a more sustainable approach towards disposing their waste, but it also acts as a model through which they can teach students about the environmental challenges that we as a species are facing, and different sustainable approaches we as consumers can take. Moreover, the way they are taught is very different. We strongly believe that the best way to learn something is by doing it. So we try to engage them with as many activities as possible. One of the activities that we engage the students with is that we ask them to segregate 10 articles of waste within these 30 categories. So first we would ask them to understand the composition of the article, then identify the correct label for it. And on successful completion of this activity, we give them a reward. The main focus is on making them understand why they are doing this and what impact will this activity have in the future. Moreover, this also helps them develop their cognitive skills. So I'm at the EduCARE office right now, and these are the 2 resource recovery centers that we had first created before the one at the alternative school. So we chose this location because we discovered that these are the buildings that generate the most amount of consumer waste in and around the village. So the massive influx of waste actually helped us to understand what we were dealing with. It helped us understand the complexity of modern days products and packaging, and it also helped us classify the waste types into different resource categories. Now, why have we designed and adopted such a system? So the main objective is to prevent the waste ending up in a consolidated state. So the people in this village, they either burn their waste locally, which again adds up to the air pollution, causes respiratory problems, and contributes to climate change. Or it's littered and dumped at the unofficial dumping sites created by the community people. Now, when it rains, which happens quite often here, it takes the waste down to the river, which is then consumed by the marine life and consequently enters the human food chain. Now, once in 2 weeks, the government trucks come to the village and take the waste to the landfill in Dharamshala. But we all know how unhealthy the landfills are for the environment. Now, in this process, not only the environment suffers, but a lot of resources that could have been extracted are lost. So basically, when waste is in a consolidated form, it remains as waste. It's not only toxic for the environment, but also for the economy. But when it's cleaned and segregated, it becomes a resource and supports a more circular economic system. I started this project with two of my French project partners, Graham and Gaston, and when they left, it was further continued by Sammy from Finland and Shivani from Canada. Overall, it's been a collaborative effort of the five of us, and I've been really lucky to have worked in such an intercultural environment.